G'day there gastromites and welcome to another History of a Dish. Question, do you know who this is? Well, that's Otzi the Iceman, and he set off on his final hike roughly about 5,300 years ago. And do you know what researchers found in his stomach when they found him in the Italian Alps in 1991? Pancakes. Yep, that's true. And since we're getting close to that magical day we call Fat Tuesday, we're gonna dive in head first and find out the history of the ever popular pancake. Let's go. Now, pancakes have been around for absolute centuries in many cultures' diets. And the guesstimation is they've actually been around for over 30,000 years. Ever since the Stone Age. But then the question has to be asked, how do we actually know this? Well, researchers have analysed starch grains on 30,000-year-old grinding tools and found that Stone Age cooks were probably making some kind of a flour out of cattails and ferns. The guess is that this delectable flour was then mixed with water and then baked on hot rocks. And then bing bang bosh, a prehistoric pancake was born. Seems like a perfectly reasonable theory to me. But flour made out of cattails and fern? Anyway, the old pancake continued to be served as a popular dish throughout the ages, although in many different variations. The ancient Greeks and Romans, for example, made them out of wheat flour, olive oil, honey and curdled milk. Yummy. And during the English Renaissance, the Elizabethans ate them flavoured with spices, rosewater, sherry and apples. Ancient Greek poets Cratinus and Magnus even wrote about the old pancake in their poetry. And Shakespeare mentions them in his plays too. Now, I've actually included a section from Shakespeare's All's Well That Ends Well in the description down below, where he actually mentions pancakes. See if you can actually decipher what he means, because I can tell you, I fell flat as a pancake and understood absolutely nothing of what he wrote. That catchphrase, by the way, flat as a pancake, has been in the English Oxford Dictionary since 1611. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the story. Now, the pancake has had many names during its long history, and some of these have been Indian cakes, hoe cakes, Johnny cakes, journey cakes, griddle cakes, buckwheats, and my personal favourite, flapjacks. Booyah! But the name pancake started getting momentum sometime around the 15th century and became standard roughly about 400 years later in the 19th century. And as with all dishes that have a long and illustrious history, recipes have evolved and variations around the world are aplenty. You've got similar dishes like crepes, potato latkes, Irish boxty, Russian blini, Welsh crampog, Indian puri, Hungarian palacinta and Swedish pancake. All from the same family and culinary cousins in some form or another. So what about Pancake Day, or Fat Tuesday, or Shrove Tuesday as it's traditionally called? How did that come about? How did the pancake get a day all of its own? Well, the history of eating pancakes on Shrove Tuesday began sometime in the 16th century and was seen as a day of feasting and partying before the beginning of Lent. Pancakes were seen as a great way of using up ingredients such as eggs, milk and butter before the upcoming fast. Nowadays, not much has changed, and Pancake Day is still celebrated all over the world, especially by children, and some adults I may add, who are looking to get their latest and greatest sugar kick ever. Yeah, we're all after that sugar rush. Thank you for taking the time to watch another edition of History of a Dish. If you enjoyed yourself and actually did learn something, then smash that subscription button into a million pieces and actually don't do that. Just tap it lightly and show another human being a bit of love. Love. Until next time, take care. Love.